Welcome to another Flower Shop Secret podcast. And today I'll be speaking with Daniela Marquez and Amy Nightingale on how to maximize your summer profits by utilizing some of Lovingly's products and services. Let's go. It's summertime in the flower industry, which means plenty of opportunities to grow your business. Our goal throughout this mini-series is to not only help you get through the season, but also gain valuable insights from professionals in the industry, our floral community, and our Lovingly team. Welcome to Flower Shop Secrets, Summer Survival. Watch now on YouTube, like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes. So we have Daniela Marquez and Amy Nightingale are in the house today.
I'm Daniela Marquez. I am the VP of Product and Growth.
I'm Amy Nightingale. I'm product manager here at Lovingly.
So guys, let's just jump right into it. What are some of the simple things our audience could do to thrive this summer?
There's a lot that shops can do, that our partners can do in their account. We all know that summer can be a little bit tricky, right? Last summer was, still pretty early in the pandemic. So things were kind of different still. This summer, so far, everything is looking good, but summers are always a little bit slow, no major holidays to kind of look forward to, right? What Daniela and I have been brainstorming about is different things that our partners can do to kind of make sure that their order volume stays high through the summer. And along with that, take some of the downtime that you might have to kind of get to know some of the maybe newer features in your account, or, there's some really cool stuff that people we know, especially for the last year, like it's been one woman or one man shows in a lot of these shops. They're just like no time. So if you have a little bit of downtime, there's like some really cool stuff that you can use it to learn how to do.
Can you share with us what are some of those things?
Yeah. So the first thing we wanted to talk about was, okay, this isn't really like news exactly, but coupons. Everybody loves a coupon. We've been looking into it a little bit and the numbers are kind of crazy. And I know I do this. I don't know if you guys do this, but like before you make a purchase online, 60% of online shoppers go to Google and look for a coupon before they make their purchase. Do you guys do that? I do.
Yeah, and there's all these new aggregators that are putting together different coupons and stuff. So it's like it's the training of the mind of the consumer is already in this mindset of like, I got to go hunt.
Yeah.
Actually, I use an extension, right? It's called Honey. A lot of people use extensions, small programs that are, or modules that go onto your browser and they just make your browser like a super browser. And for example, every time I'm on Amazon or anywhere else, if there's a coupon online for where I'm at, the location I'm at is going to suggest a coupon, and it's almost effortless. So coupons are definitely very popular.
Super popular. And another number that I found was that close to 50% increase in revenue from email campaigns that contain coupons. So it's just like,
wow.
I mean, it's really important, right? So one of the ideas we're thinking about, and this actually came from one of our partners a while ago, and I love this idea to create a coupon in your account, and I can actually show how to do that in a second. It's really easy. But you can create a coupon in your account, and then we have this really handy way to print a sheet of coupons. Like it puts, I think, like 6 of them on there. And then you just cut them apart, and you can you can put them on the counter, or another great idea would be like an exchange. If you have another business in town that you have a good relationship with, leave a stack of coupons on their counter. And if they can do the same, like leave a stack of coupons on your counter. And the third idea that I'm a huge fan of is including a coupon in every single outgoing delivery that you make. So all those recipients will have an opportunity to like really have a motivation to turn into a customer.
So it sounds like coupons are incredibly important to do business, especially online, because they're so easily readily available to everyone. Mm-hmm. So Daniela, what would you say to a florist who want to use coupon, but they don't feel like their work should be discounted, that cheapens their product? What would you say to someone like that?
That's a big piece, and I get it, because it's your heart and soul that you're putting into crafting something, and so it feels like, but I don't. This doesn't deserve a discount. Like this is my thing, and I totally empathize with that, because it's true. Like that's your heart and soul. But unfortunately, when you put yourself in the mindset of the gifter, or the person who has the money, they're not thinking of it that way, right? They're thinking of like, oh my gosh, I need to get a gift for so and so. It's their birthday, it's or whatever, and they sometimes need a little help to make that decision, and a nudge. And so what the coupon does is it gives them, like, they tell themselves of like, oh, I'm getting a deal, I should definitely do this, right? And so that should overcome the sort of discounting of the art, because it's like, again, like from the consumer's perspective, they're not thinking of it that way. That's the end result. They're going to get a gift and the recipient's going to love it. And it's like, this is beautiful and amazing. But that's not what's going on in the consumer's mind at that moment.
It sounds to me like you don't have to discount every single order either. You can easily control the coupon. You can have the coupon expired. For example, you want to offer a coupon for today only, that's going to minimize your fears of discounting your work. The important thing here is to try it, right?
Absolutely. And it's funny that you mentioned another piece that's interesting there. If you offer it today only, that has another incentive coupled with the incentive of the coupon, which is scarcity, right? And now the gifter is like, oh crap, not only do I have to get this, but I have to do it today. So those are two really powerful things at play that can help increase the orders.
Sounds great.
Yeah,
so
totally.
Coupons are incredibly important. Go ahead, you're going to show us some stuff?
I just want to show you really quick what the sheet looks like, because I think a lot of partners don't know that they can print these coupons out. Once you create a coupon, here, I'll head back. So I created my coupon in my account. It's in this little marketing tab, and you go to coupons. And then you see right here on your active coupons, you just click print. And what you get is a sheet like this. It'll have your website on it. It'll have your address, the coupon code, when it expires, everything's on there.
I like that idea, Amy, that you had also of like building the relationships with another small business in your community. Because that does a lot. Like that helps you potentially reach a target audience that wouldn't necessarily be thinking of you, but now you have that network effect and you're in your local community. So it's like all of these things that have a really positive effect. So that's a really cool one.
And our favorite idea, the best partnership possible is flowers and wine, right?
Oh,
so you should obviously go to your local liquor store, leave some, it's perfect. It's perfect for a date night, right?
It's a great date night. Yeah.
So you suggest, or you advise flower shops to be creating and building relationships with other local businesses, especially businesses that complement the flowers, like wine.
Everything goes with wine.
Everything goes with wine. I know, right?
Even like a bakery or like a chocolate shop, like anything that you could kind of imagine.
But you would have to barter that, because obviously you have to, you want to also help the wine shop or the wines and spirits or the bakery and put some coupons in your counter just in case or you may want to say, hey, if a lot of our flower shops actually sell alcohol if they pick it up, right? So creating a gift basket with a wine bottle, they'll guarantee to use their wines, buy it from their shop. Like there's a lot of things that you can do. Same thing with the bakery, cupcakes. We guarantee if we create a cupcake basket that we'll be getting the cupcakes from you. So there's a lot of synergy there between all those small local businesses, and it's important for them to support each other.
Absolutely.
Totally. Yeah. I think we've, definitely something we've learned over the last year with the pandemic is, how important the sort of local networks and local community helping each other out is. So let's keep that going. It's a good thing.
I don't know if bars are hosting like trivia nights again, but that would be another cool one. So like the prize for the trivia is like a beautiful arrangement, but then you get that promotion there at the same time.
That's a good idea. I like that one.
That's
I just want to go to trivia night.
Yeah, I know. You can tell what we're missing.
Cool. So this is the world of coupons. What else you got? What else can florists do?
So while we're talking about communication, obviously, we're talking about kind of building the relationships between other local businesses and how powerful that can be. And, one thing all of our partners already know, but we have some ideas to improve it further, is the relationships that they're building with their customers, recipients, customers, the people that they're helping celebrate these moments. So, for me, this kind of started with like, what do you guys think is the most annoying phone call that florists get like 20 times a day? I have a guess.
What is it?
Were my flowers delivered? Like, did you like
Did
did
they
you get
like
my
it?
order? Yeah, I think it's like a nonstop thing that it's an interrupter. I mean, I know that our partners are great at handling these phone calls, but like you're busy. Like, do you really want to answer the phone 20 times saying like, yes, we deliver your flowers? So we have some tips. Just some different tools that we already have that our partners can use in their account to streamline that process.
Within the Loving the Account, we have that view for the daily workflow. And what's really nice about it is that it's super visual and drag and drop. So on one hand, it's a really great organizational tool for the shop. So you can get that quick glance of like, okay, here's my work that I have to do. Here's like the work that's being designed. Here's the work that's out for delivery, and here's the one that's done. So like having those different stages or a workflow really helps streamline the operations side of it. But it's not just that, right? There's something that happens each time you change that state. And the really cool thing is that you actually are sending an email to that gifter, to that sender who's in that like anxiety moment of like, what just happened? I just gave over my credit card details. I just made this really big purchase. Maybe they're having buyer's remorse. They're in whatever emotional state, you know, and now because you as a florist are moving these things, you're actually, without even knowing it, communicating with that person and reducing that fear, increasing the trust and building that relationship. So really, really cool that's happening. And literally all it is one click and drag, boom, and that's happening behind the scenes for you.
Here, I'll show really quick since we're
talking. Oh, here it is. Yes.
So yeah, like Danielle said, it's visual, it's easy, and you just drag and drop. Yeah.
Boom. Email
so
sent.
Fun.
Yeah.
I just want to keep moving stuff around.
So right now the that's the recipient's name. So the customer, whoever ordered for Emma right now, just got an email saying, hey, your arrangement is being designed.
Exactly. Obviously, we don't have a cam in your flower shop right now to show that, but this is a way that we can start to get that effect to be like, hey, so-and-so is designing this arrangement, and they can start to build that imagery. And there's a stronger affinity toward that arrangement and toward that whole experience because they have that sense of being right there.
When you move the order to delivered, not only does that it lets the customer know that the order was delivered, which hopefully will get rid of some of those phone calls. Yep. But it also asks them to leave you a review, which is the importance of reviews can't be, they're as important as coupons. Like it's such an important thing to have positive, and honestly, a couple of negative reviews is okay too. It actually having a few, there's always a customer that you can't please no matter what you do. And that's okay. It helps make the rest of your positive reviews look more real. It's really cool. The delivery confirmation email asks for a lovingly review that would go on your website. And the really smart thing is that if they leave you a good review, then the customer actually gets a second prompt to also leave you a Google review. So we're doing a little bit of the weeding out for you, that if they're unhappy, you get a chance to contact them and before they go to Google and leave you a review. But if we know that they're satisfied, we just kind of, send them on their way.
Yeah. So it's really it's not just reviews, it's truly reputation management on that side of things, which is cool.
So I just want to go back to the status updates, right? How many emails, if the florist actually moves every single from column to column, how many total emails will the customer actually receive? How many notifications?
They will receive, so first they get the order confirmation, right? So that's when they place the order. The next one would be when the order's in design. So it says hey, we're working on your order. And then the third one, there's two different options. It would either be that the order is in transit. So that would be either you just move it into in transit because it's on a truck, or if you use our delivery routing, if you put it on a delivery route, that also automatically moves it into in transit. So that's another time saver that we'll show you. So there's in design, in transit. If it's a pickup order, when you put it into that third column, instead of getting an email that it's in transit, they'll get one that it's ready for pickup. So that's another really important one for pickup orders, to make sure they know when to come. And then the final stage is delivered or picked up. So they get confirmation, in design, in transit or ready, and then delivered or picked up. So that's 4. And then they get one more, I believe, if they don't leave a review. We send one more email asking, just reminding them, like, if they want to leave a review, that'd be great. So
to try again to really get that. Yeah.
So the system really tries to engage with the customer as much as possible. One of the things that I see, one of the huge benefits that I see here is, by doing so, your brand is connecting every single time with that customer, and you're giving yourself an opportunity to be remembered in the future by being connected as often as possible. So I think that's a fantastic feature. And there's a psychological aspect to all this, because I'm in a period, let's say I'm the one sending the flowers and I'm nervous about whether she's getting it or not. And I'm anxious, right? That's anxiety.
Yeah.
I just got an email saying that it's being designed. So I equated your brand with putting me at ease from an anxiety perspective, to say, oh, this flower shop has got my back. And then once that anxiety builds up again, oh, look at that. It's on its way. Oh man, I'm looking forward to another email from this florist. So you get associated, your brand gets associated with that feel good, dopamine.
Absolutely.
So
yeah, totally. And I think, looping back a little bit to what we were just discussing with coupons, I think also by including a coupon with the flowers that got delivered, the person that just got flowers is going to be like psyched, they just got this beautiful arrangement, and like maybe they'll be like, oh my God, like I want to pay it forward, who can I send flowers to? Like, right. And I have a coupon. Like it's taking advantage of these different moments in different ways.
Right. And florists are uniquely positioned to take advantage of this, because, there are a lot of disadvantages the florists have over other businesses. For example, the product that you're selling, it has a lifespan if you don't take care of it. That's as an example of a disadvantage. But a huge advantage is, for every one transaction, there are 2 entities, right? There's a customer and there's also a recipient. So for every, most other businesses do not have that. It's just 1 for 1. You have a multiplier of 2, right? So it's you should take advantage of that and actually, get recipients as well as customers to leave reviews.
Yeah, it's so, I was thinking about this too. I'm sure we're all kind of used to like the Amazon delivery now, where you've got their own delivery fleet, and you get a photo of the package at your doorstep, and you get an email that's like, your package is here. And it's like, talk about like dopamine. You're like, yes, my package is here. It's like, go out and get your package, whatever. So, and that is just funny, because like that's on your very own porch. Like, you don't really need an email. You could just go look at the porch, So when you imagine it from the perspective of the customer, like you were saying, Joe, like they don't know, like they can't go check the porch because the flowers aren't coming to their house, So it's like all the more important to keep that communication open, so that they know what's going on somewhere else. It's like someone's in surgery and the nurse keeps telling them how it's going. It's like it's really important. So yeah, I think you're totally right.
So like all these things that are happening are interesting, because it's after the credit card transaction has taken place. Like a lot of times it's easy to be like, oh, job's done, I got the order. But like, no, there's so much more that's happening there, and that gifter, that sender is not done. Like they're still going on this roller coaster of emotions, and there's so much that we can do to help support that. So I'm excited about what we're doing. I'm also excited about what's coming in the future to help continue that nurturing and that enhancement. So that they become a loyal customer and they keep coming back.
Yeah, and they tell their friends.
Your job isn't done when you actually receive the order. When the order prints out on your printer, some people say, of course not. They would just, they still have to make the arrangement and deliver the flowers. But even then, delivering the flowers, your job isn't done until you help that customer hear back from the recipient. And even after that, it'll be great if you can help them celebrate that moment they just had. And therefore, it'll be one full cycle.
Absolutely. Obviously, we have that thanks, packages driven by the super ticket. So if when the recipient gets their beautiful arrangement, they have the card, they can scan it with their phone, and they can, write a message, send a photo, and that goes back to the sender, so that they know, like, I did a good job, phew, and that can get posted on social media. And that's where the true power is of that celebration and that network effect. Perfect example is new baby, right? In the hospital room, there's like at the window, usually beautiful arrangements, lots of celebration, people are in there. So imagine like a little bit of a guilt trip, but if that's posted on social media and all that celebration is taking place and someone's like, oh my gosh, I'm so happy I got this, so-and-so was so thoughtful, and Mary's Flowers down the street did a phenomenal job, somebody else is looking at that being like, oh crap, I haven't gotten them flowers yet to celebrate. Mary, I'm gonna go there, and right away they have an easy path to go back and add to that celebration.
Yeah.
It's a huge opportunity. So these thank you messages not only are feel good for the gifter to be like, hey, you did a good job, which is part of it. It's the larger celebration, it's the community, it's the connections, and the brand awareness to sort of fuel subsequent purchases as well. And it becomes that sort of network or multiplier effect.
Yeah.
It just cements the fact that it's not just about the floral arrangement. It's about how that person feels. And there's no better way of seeing that than seeing somebody's photo with a big smile on their face saying thank you. And then we also give them an opportunity to say it within their own words, thank you. And that goes a long way, right?
Yeah. The thanks, it's huge. And, every once in a while I'll see some of the thanks photos and it's like so heartwarming. Like they're so happy. It's really great. It's really great to see those.
Is that something that we plan on releasing soon? Providing the flower shops with access to some of these thanks photos so that they could potentially, I'm pretty sure they're going to want to know exactly like their work. This is what it means. Forget the monetary part of it. Look at these faces. Look how happy people are. Instead of just hearing about it or maybe reading a review, this is them actually seeing it. So do we have any plans, future plans?
We do have some plans. I think you're totally right. And it's something that like we kind of feel guilty about. Like I was just saying, I see these photos and it's so heartwarming. And I'm like, oh wait, like the partners can't see these in their account yet. Like we do kind of, there's a couple, part of the reason that it's like slightly complicated is that there's privacy things involved where, we have to make sure that the people involved give permission to let other people see their photo. And, there's like, it's never as easy as it seems, right? But we do want to make them available to partners to see responses to their own work. And one of the best things to do with them is share them on social media, right? If the customer / recipient said that's okay, the shop themselves can share it.
So this is what you guys are talking about. Someone sent Meg here some flowers, and she is celebrating this special moment online with her social media friends. You got six comments right here. And if someone clicks on here, it'll open up the thanks
Yep.
that you guys were talking about,
That's
which is
so
now
cool. Looks like a link right there to the so it's
if you click here, it goes to the shop's brand.
the
And
shop's
now
website.
somebody else can do the same and order flowers. It's fantastic.
Totally. This is another good thing for, I mean, Joe, you remember like I don't know whose idea this was, but it was like when the pandemic started, we were like, oh my God, like we need to be able to let our partners do no contact delivery. So we built this and everyone has loved it. So that's awesome. If you use our delivery routing tool in your Lovingly account, that's what it shows all your orders for the day. And it lets you kind of put them into a route. This lets you create an optimized route for your deliveries. Once you create a route, you can text the directions to your driver or you can print this route sheet. So this gives, the arrangement, the address, whatever. And then they don't all have the QR code. I should mention we need the recipient's cell phone number in order to generate the QR code, because what this does is when your driver scans the QR code, they can send a text to the recipient that says, like, your flowers are here. A lot of shops don't want to leave it unattended, but this lets them do it without having to really ring the doorbell and interact.
So we're making life a lot easier for delivery drivers as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what else?
What else?
Is that it also marks the order delivered. So if you scan the QR code, it texts the recipient, and at the same time, it marks the order delivered and sends the delivery confirmation to the customer. So you're doing like everything, which is awesome.
It's got multiple, one trigger, multiple things happen.
It's super handy.
I think one of my favorite things is the overall automation of it all, right? Because we know florists are busy people. They don't have time to do. So we basically try to help as much as possible by automating all the things that we could automate.
I think the cool thing too, Joe, you were mentioning it, or we were all talking about it, like that buildup of reducing the anxiety through that flow that's happening is associated with your brand. And so like, that's all good, but like the big powwow at the end,
the climax,
is the sort of gratitude from the recipient coming back, and again being like, oh my God, that was amazing, like this, you made my day, whatever that message is. And again, that it's following that entire, what I'm calling the post-purchase funnel, but the gifter's journey, right? Like that's all tied together, and that's all riding that wave of emotion. And that's the best way to like be able to support all the things that are happening. We're in a really unique position in which we are that connection point between the local florist, the consumer, and the recipient. And each one has such an important role in terms of like the card message, how they felt, the artistry, and bringing these all together and weaving it into a story that we can share and have people come in and comment and participate in. All of these things are amazing. Like I feel like we're just scratching the surface, and there's so much potential there. And that's what really kind of excites me, because this is that connection. These are these human moments, and everyone is playing a part in this, which is pretty cool.
All this stuff we're talking about is made possible by you. It's not like the PBS slogan, but it's, I was trying to think about this for florists. Like we know how important it is to mark the orders delivered. If you don't do it during the day, at least check at the end of the day and make sure that you're all caught up, that everything's marked delivered. So maybe think about something else you do at the end of the day. Like, maybe you have one of those sandwich signs outside that has a, come on in or whatever. Like, try to think of something you can pair in your head of like, okay, when I bring in the sandwich sign, I need to remember to go double check one more time and mark everything delivered, or something like that. In the morning, like when you get your cup of coffee, check your email. I don't know what it is, but I really like that advice of pairing a new thing that you're trying to do with something that you already do,
It becomes your trigger. Yeah.
Yeah. Hopefully, everyone is on board with the importance of some of this stuff, and just how it really can take like the business to the next level of, like you've said, it's not just a flower delivery. It's like it's a whole experience, so it's worth doing. It's worth getting into the habit.
This is exciting, guys. This is awesome. And there's more to come, right?
That's so
much. Always.
Guys, thank you so much for joining me today. This was awesome. We got to do it again.
Yeah. Sounds good. Thanks, Joe.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah.
We want to help your business bloom. Check out more episodes of Flower Shop Secrets. Watch now on YouTube. Like, subscribe, and ring the bell for new episodes.